Used games have been part of the gaming industry for a bunch of years. But however, it kind of lets us buy games for cheap. But however, it does have some flaws. Flaw number 1. They're sometimes not trustworthy. Awesome! I finally got Marvel vs. Capcom 3! Huh. All without even paying the $60 price tag. Sweet.
Guess what? We got Jim! Jim! We got Jim! Oh! We got Jim! You got Jim!
What you have just seen was a dramatization of what could totally happen if you bought a game used. Or what could happen, because, I mean, that rarely happens, but it will someday. It will. However, they're not sometimes very trustworthy, because, however, judging by the packaging and by the ways, you wouldn't want to, nah. And however, the games just wouldn't want to last long. By the way, because however, you could see a lot of scratches in the discs a lot of the times. It may be the actual game, but if you're playing it and it has that little skippy thing, let's just say you're like buying a used copy of The Dark Knight and the interrogation scene goes horribly wrong. Like, for example, literally. That's why flaw number 1, they're sometimes not very trustworthy. Flaw number 2, you're not really supporting anything. I'm sorry, that used copy of some game that you got there doesn't contribute to jack shit. Yes, that's right. However, those used copies of that one game does not even support the developers. It does not even support the publishers. But however, it only supports the store. Period. So, yeah, flaw number 2, you're not supporting anyone but the store. Flaw number 3, now I feel that this is the appropriate time to bring this up. It will bite the consumer in the ass. Well, not only do you don't always get everything that's pretty much in the used collector's edition that was pretty much in a new copy of a collector's edition of a game. Well, that's not it. However, developers and publishers are stepping up and adding something what is called an online pass. However, what an online pass is a code that you have to enter in order to play online multiplayer in that game. So, what does that do to the person who buys it used? Well, they sometimes get a trial or not, and plus they have to end up paying money to get an online pass from the online market. Because they buy it used, and however, used copies of the games don't normally come with an online pass. Either that or the online pass was already used. So, literally, flaw number 3, it'll bite the consumer right in the fucking ass. Literally. Now, there are your bigger flaws when it comes to used games. However, that's all for this video. I'm gonna go play Left 4 Dead 2.